How satisfying defensively is it to go from one performance to the next game, one game two?
Well, I think at the end of the day, I thought overall as a team, there was a lot of adversity throughout that game, whether it be the turnovers, just some things that didn't go our way. We needed to create some more on the defensive side of things. But, it's always pleasant when you can come in on a Monday with a victory. But the great thing about it is there are several corrections that we had to make. And I think several things that we're going to continue to improve on so that when we are in those situations again, we're a little more experienced, we're a little more situational savvy, and we can really eliminate the game before it even has to get to that.
When you mention that, are you specifically talking, I guess, about those last two defensive drives where they were able to get the big one and then able to get out of bounds and get in position to kick a time
Well,
field
just
goal?
I think as a team, I'm not saying just defense. I'm saying special teams, offense, defense. I think we all have a hand in making it that close. And I think the great thing about it is we came out with a win. So we can take a deep breath there, but also there's things, as the season continues to progress, we're going to be put in those situations again, and it's going to be that experience that we're going to have to lean on, that adversity that we built over that, and it's going to say, look, whenever we get in this situation, we're going to fight through it, we're going to get through it, and we're going to handle it a lot better.
You've played in this league a long time. I know Sean alluded to it yesterday, saying that teams kind of figure out who they are in the first few weeks of the season. Is that true, or is that just true for teams that start off slow and need to kind of find a win?
Well, no, I think you find your identity. Like I was saying, through these adverse situations. I mean, you find out, are you a team that's going to be able to thrive in, well, when your defense needs to stop, or when your offense needs to score, or whatever the situation is, how are you going to respond as a team? I think we've done well. Obviously, 2 weeks ago against Tampa, I mean, the offense did a great job, but when we were down, I think, was 24 points or what, and they brought us within eight. We needed a stop on defense, and it was 3rd and 11. We were right there. And he was able to scramble and get a first down, and obviously we weren't able to close it out. Then obviously this week, when we as a defense, we needed to get a stop, we needed to get a turnover. Marcus had a great pick, put our offense in great position, to get a score. Those are the situations that we're going to be able to rely on. Those are the situations that really solidify who are we as a team. Are we a team that breaks in those tough situations, or are we a team that really makes those plays? Now, I see a lot of that, and I think this group has a lot of ability to make a lot of special plays in those tough situations.
Did Marcus give you your props on the pick for what you did?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. The great thing about Dub is, he knows obviously, he made a great play. Great play. I mean, I get on him sometimes about, I don't think he says he was a former wide receiver, but he made a really good catch with his hands. But he knows that everyone kind of did their part. Everyone was able to hold their own, and he was a free player, and he made a great play.
You talk about holding your own, and obviously technique was the kind of the theme last week. Did it feel like the technique improved at all levels of the defense?
Well, I think we did a lot better job of executing our game plan. I think, whether you talk about what 2 weeks ago, this week, it's all about execution. And I'm not talking about DBs, linebackers, D line. It's all around because it's complementary football. Your D line's got to be able to get pressure. Your linebackers, if they're blitzing, if they're covering, they got to be able to hug rush. They got to be able to drop in their zones. And then obviously on the back end, we got to be able to do our job. We got to execute our job properly, and it all works hand in hand. Because if everyone's doing it, then you're going to get the sacks, you're going to get your picks, you're going to get your forced fumbles, you're getting all that. But if one area is not doing their job, the ball's coming out quick, or he has a lot of time in the pocket, someone's going to get open. So, I thought this week we did a lot better job of executing our game plan at a higher level. There's still areas that we got to clean up, like I was alluding to earlier. But I think we're on the right track, and we got a great test coming up.
It seems like every year with certain teams, and maybe you don't figure it out until you get to the end of the season, but there can be like specific plays where maybe a season even changed and was able to kick to a different level that was indicative of the team. Can an interception like that, and I know it's early, but can an interception like that be a season momentum changing type play?
Well, we're gonna have to. I mean, we'll look at it, when the whole season's said and done. But when you look at that particular situation, I mean, how big was it in the game? I mean, it gave our offense the lead. So I'll say this: those are the plays that you need. Those are the players that you need on this team that rise above the moment. And say that there's no moment too great, that I can't make a play. But we'll look back. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, when is the Super Bowl? February 8th or whatever it is. And we'll look back and we'll say, that was a defining moment because it very well could have not gone our way, but it did. And those are the moments that we need to move forward.
Kurt, I don't know if you've been able to turn the page on this one yet, but you guys are getting ready to go play Atlanta, an explosive team. Just what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously you know a lot about them.
They're a really good team, and they're coming off a great win against Carolina. I haven't watched too much film yet this year, but obviously I'm sure they're doing a lot of the same stuff. Matt Ryman is still at the quarterback. They have Tevin Coleman. I think Devontae's going to be down this week again. But obviously you got Julio, you got Muhammad. I mean, they got a lot of guys. But for us, we know them, they know us. So it's not like you're really going to trick them. It's all about executing the game plan. Guy got to win their matchups. There's a lot of one-on-one matchups in the game of football. We got to win ours.
Because you know each other and you've played in this division for so long, does this almost feel like a playoff game? Because you know you were in the playoffs. This team was in the playoffs last year. Falcons in the playoffs last year. Carolina in the playoffs last year. Does this maybe it's early but have a playoff atmosphere or feel to it?
Well, anytime you play a divisional opponent, it means a lot. The stakes are a lot more, just because you know in order to get to the playoffs, you got to win your division. That's usually the number one goal for everyone's team. You win your division, you're in the playoffs. Then it's all about are you getting the 1-2 seed, etc. So these games mean a lot more. We're at their house for this first time around. We got a lot on our plate. We know the challenge is going to be high. We got to be able to put all the preparation. Got to put all our eggs in this basket. We got to have a sense of urgency that this game matters a lot. And obviously, we gave up a game against Tampa Bay, so we're already 0-1 in the division. So every game is going to matter, and especially in the divisional games, it matter a lot more.